Hi, my name is Jenna. Today I would like to bring you a yoga sequence that is inspired by Kiki's Delivery Service, one of Miyazaki's films. It's one that I watched incessantly as a child, basically on repeat, and it wasn't until adulthood that I started watching his other films and I realized, wow, these are awesome. Even as an adult, I really enjoy them, so I wanted to dig deeper. What about them is so inspiring still to this day? And one of the themes that really came through to me was the dreamlike, nostalgic quality that he brings through landscapes and through his characters and those little moments. They just warm your heart. And my yoga brain was just thinking, how can I bring that feeling to myself and others through a yoga sequence? After all, yoga is just another language, a language of asanas, postures. Miyazaki's art is film and maybe mine is yoga. This sequence is designed to help you find your most beautiful inner dream world and bring that to your day-to-day. Yoga is a practice, and if we keep bringing these themes of positivity and beauty into our lives and we keep practicing that every day, it becomes us. So, with that in mind, if you'd like to embody a more dreamlike quality to your life, then go ahead and join me on your mat. All right, we're going to begin by taking our blocks and going into a reclined butterfly pose to start. So, laying back on your back, and then take your blocks at an angle. So you're finding the short edge of your block to support your outer thighs or outer knees. So this should be really comfortable in the lower body. The soles of your feet are together. And then once you're comfortable with that, go ahead and lay the head down. Bring the arms open wide, palms up to the sky, and then bring them all the way back behind your head as if you're just relaxing in a park, looking up at the sky, cradling the head, feeling very comfortable here. And now closing down the eyes and beginning to arrive on your mat with all parts. Your body, your mind, your spirit. Quieting the mind, finding yourself in this moment, in this place. Bringing your attention to your breath in observation, not trying to control, but just taking notice of what the natural flow of breath is doing. As you exhale, maybe starting to think about releasing tension, feeling your shoulders just melting into the mat, your hips melting. And maybe still using an open mouth exhale here, continuing just to release what you don't need. A sigh is one of the quickest ways to release tension from the body. And we're going to begin with a breathing exercise that will further focus the mind and quiet and cool the mind and allow it to rest. So, taking a big inhale, completely filling up the lungs, the chest, the ribs, as much as you can. And then we're going to exhale out the mouth through your lips as if you were blowing through a straw. This is restricting the air leaving the body, so taking as long of an exhale as you need until you're completely emptied out. And when your body asks for it, inhaling once again through the nose, Filling up on that fresh air. Exhaling out. Through the straw, long exhale, quieting the mind, cooling, completely empty. When you need to, inhaling through the nose. Notice in your mind finding a deeper place of serenity. Beginning to find a deeper connection with the mind's eye, that screen, your imagination. Allowing yourself to begin to play, setting the intention for whimsy in your practice. Remembering to smile when you find something funny. Maybe laugh at yourself when you mess up. On your next inhale, bringing your hands up above the head, stretching out, finding a big good morning stretch in your upper body. Exhale, swooping the arms down, finding connection with those blocks, removing them from underneath your knees and setting them aside for now. Squeezing your knees together, maybe supporting that with your hands. Bringing your knees into your chest, hugging them in, rocking back and forth. Bringing some warmth into your hip joints, massaging the lower back a little bit, finding some movement. Next inhale, reaching your arms back up again, and now this time reaching your heels towards the ceiling. Supta Dandasana, reclined staff pose. Inhale, finding an extension from your crown of your head all the way down your spine, down your back, through your sits bones, through to the front of the room. And exhale, finding a softness in the shoulder, softness in the belly, keeping the energy through the heels, feet flat up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthening the spine, lengthening through the fingertips all the way down to the bottom of the spine. Opening through that spinal canal. This time, exhale, hugging the knees into the chest. Now find the soles of your feet towards the ground once again, walking your feet together, opening your arms out to an airplane arms. Inhale, we're going to allow the legs to fall open into butterfly once again. And as you do that, bringing your arms together, palms finding each other here. Exhale, knees together and scooping your arms down towards the floor, keeping energy through your fingers. Inhaling, opening the thighs. Exhale, press as if you're swimming through mud, squeezing your inner thighs together once again. Inhale, scooping up all that energy. Finding ease where you need to relaxation as your legs fall open, yet keeping the intentionality in your arms, in your legs, and finding strength there. One more round of this. And now finding your block again. We're going to walk our feet a little bit apart here. Place your block between your thighs. And then walk your feet so that they are about hip distance apart. Place your arms down by your sides, palms next to your hips here. And we're going to begin with a core engagement that's so subtle. So inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, engaging the core, the belly muscles, feeling your belly button going down towards the spine and up between the ribs. Inhale, filling up the belly and letting it go. And then once again with the exhale, engaging the core, belly button in, falling down towards the spine and up towards the rib cage. And maybe feeling a slight shift of the hips. Inhale, fill the belly, allow the hips to relax. Exhale, one more round of this, engaging the core, belly button down towards the ground and up, slight shift of the hips. Inhale, fill the belly and relax. Next exhale, taking the same motion, engaging the core, and this time, which you might have been doing this unintentionally already, but finding an engagement in the pelvic floor muscles. It's called the Mula Bandha. Squeezing those pelvic floor muscles. And then on the inhale, filling up the belly once again, completely releasing there. Releasing the belly. Taking that again. Exhale, core towards the floor, belly button in and up. Squeezing pelvic floor muscles, slight shift of the hips. Finding that energetic lock at the bottom of your core. And inhale, release, softening the belly, filling it up. And one more time with this sequence, exhale, core to spine, belly button in and up, Mula Bandha. Maybe you're beginning to feel that flow of energy from your root starting to flow up towards the core, up the spine, just with that slight engagement. And on the inhale, filling up the belly once again, letting it all go. Exhale, engaging the core, belly button in and up, engaging the Mula Bandha. And this time taking a squeeze of the inner thighs, squeezing on that block. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, core in and up, Mula Bandha, inner thighs, slight tilting of the hips. Inhale, releasing, filling up. Exhale, core in, belly button up, root lock, inner thighs, squeezing on the block, tilting of the hips. Release, inhale, fill up the belly, remove the block from between the legs, and we're going to be taking this block and using it again, so leave it handy here. Walk your feet up towards your hips a little bit more, maybe tickling the backs of your feet with your fingers here. Inhale to prepare, and we're going to be lifting up to a bridge pose, so engaging the exact same muscles. Your body knows what to do here, it just did it. So engaging your inner thighs, your hips shifting up, beginning to lift your vertebra up off the mat one at a time. Core is engaged as well. Lift, lift, lift. Now taking that block, putting it under your sacrum here, and you can put it on any setting that you are feeling today. So you can do it the lowest setting, the medium setting here, or if you feel like really challenging yourself, maybe you need to walk your feet up in a little bit more, come up onto your toes, but you can go all the way up on the high setting of your block here, just placing it in a place that feels most supportive and comfortable to you towards the bottom of your spine. And then once you feel secure there, allowing your backs of your hands to come to the mat, opening up the palms to the sky, and finding a place of relaxation here once again. Finding that same energy that you had as when we began the practice with our arms behind our head. Maybe you want to find your arms behind your head here once again, just to feel as if you're relaxing in the meadow and soaking up the sunshine, but wherever your hands are comfortable is fine. Finding serenity and peace in this pose. Maybe a slight upturning of the corners of your mouth. With each exhale, finding a deeper level of comfort in this pose. One more round of breath. And on your next inhale, pressing up through the heels one more time, engaging through the hamstrings and the glutes to lift yourself up off of the block, placing it aside. Once again, now placing the palms of your hands on the mat and lowering down your vertebra one at a time, slowly, slowly acknowledging where you just came from, soaking in the beauty of releasing a pose. It's through releasing a pose that we notice what we just created. And now we're going to find a little play and movement in our legs. So maybe bringing our arms back out to our airplane arms, but palms down to the ground for support, and finding a little bit of rainbow action with the knees falling to the right and to the left, opening up and just like feeling a complete looseness in those hip joints. Maybe an open mouth sigh. And then when you're ready, coming to center once again and heel toeing your feet over to the right side of your mat, lifting your hips up to the right side of your mat, just a few inches there, and then letting your knees fall to the left, leaving your right shoulder to melt into the mat and your left knee to fall towards the floor. If you need to take your left hand for a little bit of support for your upper leg, if you'd like to just give yourself some support, you can place that there. Or I suggest that you leave your arms open and maybe still pressing into the ground, but really feeling into that opening of the chest and the collarbones, and still thinking about soaking up the energy that you're receiving from the sun shining down on you right now. Also take note of the alignment of the spine. So if you feel like you're maybe like a little bit twisted up or that you're not feeling a long line of energy, you may have to readjust a little bit to find that long line, maybe moving your shoulders to the left of your mat if you didn't move your hips over enough. But maybe take your hand to your head even and feel the energy from your crown going all the way down through your spine, through to the front of the room, and feeling a great opening. You're feeling a great opening in this pose despite the twist, an opening of the chest and the heart to the sky, an opening through the spine, through the vertebra. Allowing whatever you need to receive from this pose to be transmitted to you. If you're having any thoughts coming in, allowing them to float away just like the clouds. One more round of breath here. And on your exhale, bringing the knees back to center. Maybe walking your feet back to the middle as well, and hugging your knees into your chest for a brief reset. Maybe forehead to knees as well. And then once again, bringing your soles to the mat, the palms of your hands reached out. And then heel toeing your feet to the left side of your mat, lifting your hips up a little bit, shifting them to the left, and then allowing your right knee to fall to the right side. Left shoulder remains pasted down and melting into the floor as much as you can, finding ease there. And then once again, before you completely settle, finding a length in the spine, so readjusting however you need to do that. Allowing the breath, the inhale, to guide the opening of the spine, feeling the vertebra just expanding from bottom to top, top to bottom, opening the channel up, and then relaxing into your mat. Once again, finding ease in the pose, giving yourself support wherever you need it. So maybe if you need to take the right palm to the top outside of the left knee to give yourself a little support, do whatever you need, whatever your body is calling for today. Remembering to keep the heart open. 2 more rounds of breath here. Each exhale brings you deeper into a place of peace, deeper into your dreamland. Each inhale an opening. Next inhale, bringing your knees back to center, heel toeing once again, back to the center of your mat, hugging your knees into your chest, maybe rocking it out, rocking front and back, what feels good on your spine. Then finding a length in your spine, opening up now, opening the hips, just finding play, just reveling right now in what feels good. This is your time. And now bringing the knees back together and extending the heels back towards the sky once again, Supta Dandasana. And we're going to find a mudra here after we find our comfortable place with our legs. So if you feel like you need to bend your knees a little bit in this leg position, that's totally okay. Just focus on keeping the flat part of your feet parallel to the ceiling. But wherever you find your legs right now, find stillness there and strength. And now we're going to take our hands to find a mudra here. This is called the Hakini mudra. Take your thumbs together, index fingers, middle, ring, and pinky, and place it in front of your face here as if you were looking through it. So you can actually open your eyes and look through the mudra if you prefer that. You can also just close down the eyes and feel the energy that you're getting from it. Finding some stillness here, just soaking this up for a moment before we do anything else. This mudra is a beautiful mudra for opening the third eye, opening the mind, and finding peace and concentration. Bringing yourself deeper into your dreamland. Almost as if you could fall asleep here. That's how relaxed you are. And on the next exhale, releasing the arms out wide to airplane arms, and also now finding an opening of the legs to a reclined straddle pose. So maybe as we find this first one, taking your hands to your inner thighs to help your legs out, to find, where they can go. So once again, using the breath here to help you, and if you're feeling strong and confident, bringing your arms back out to airplane for stability, palms down. Inhale, squeezing, zippering the legs back up together, and then once again finding that Hakini mudra, closing the eyes down if they're not, and we're going to begin to find a pedaling motion with our feet here, keeping the eyes closed, and that intention of focusing the mind on staying in that happy, beautiful place that you've created for yourself. Just imagining yourself beginning to take a bike ride. Maybe just feeling the breeze and the air blowing through your hair and on your face. And then on your next big inhale, we're going to once again open up the legs, open up the arms, palms down for stability. Coast on your bike. We're going down a hill. It helps to visualize and to focus on the breath. Takes your mind off the fact that your body is doing great things right now. One more inhale here. And exhaling, zippering the legs back together, finding your mudra once again, and beginning to pedal. And finding ease in the movement, ease in the poses. And if you are hankering for some core engagement here, you can also go ahead and take your pedaling down closer towards the ground and feel. That actually feels quite nice on the fronts of your legs if you're looking for a break on the fronts of your legs. So your core can take a little bit of the work. Remember your mudra. Focus on it. Inhale, legs zippered up, and coast. One more time. Take some big breaths here. Oh, this is fun. Next big inhale, bringing your legs back together and squeezing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug, rocking back and forth. And then taking your peace fingers, we're going to find a happy baby pose here. So go ahead and latching on to your big toes and rocking back and forth, maybe extending one leg or extending the other, however you would like to do this right now that feels best to give your legs a little stretch before we find our final resting pose. Remember, this pose is called Happy Baby for a reason, so think about what it might feel like to just be a baby and have not a care in the world and being smiling and laughing and giggling. And then when you're done with that, finding stillness and allowing the legs to fall down to the floor for a final resting pose. Maybe in the spirit of the practice that we've just did, leaving the arms out open and the legs out open, or finding wherever is most comfortable and relaxing for you, the place where you can find the deepest rest. And then exhaling, letting it all go. Once again, allowing your eyes to relax, focusing towards your third eye center, Ajna chakra. Transporting yourself to that beautiful dreamscape, that beautiful world. Just allowing yourself to be there. It's your space. Relaxing your jaw, your temples, your chest, your shoulders, your upper back. Making sure your shoulders aren't shrugging up towards your ears, but rather just sinking deeply into the ground. Relaxing the fingers, the belly, the hips. Allowing the legs to just fall out open. Relaxing the quads, the lower legs, the ankles, the toes. Just finding yourself looking at your body as if from an observer view. Allowing that sense of your whole body, the energy flowing through each and every finger and toe, feeling your heart beating. This time slowing the breath, quieting it. Maybe a little bit slower, maybe a little bit quieter, hardly perceptible. Drifting to a deeper place of relaxation. Thank you for practicing with me today. I invite you to stay here and enjoy your dream world for as long as you like.